everybody, welcome to R&B Reviews, and today I'm joined by a guest reviewer, Darren.
Hello!
Welcome back to the channel.
Thank you.
It's great to have you back.
Great to be here.
Good, because we wanted to check out the new Wonder Woman 1984, and as you can see, we're all dressed up for the occasion. You're dressed up as Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got
the Cape Crusader.
Yeah. Got a couple of Wonder Women behind us right there. Storyline of the movie is, this movie is set, as you can guess from the title, in 1984. Wonder Woman's working in Washington, D.C. for the Smithsonian. A new employee joins named Barbara, who becomes a sort of integral part of the plot. She's played by Kristen Wiig. And then, but actually the main villain of the movie is a character named Max Lord, who is trying to get his struggling company going, kind of a Ponzi scheme type of thing going, and there's this crystal that is found that's at the Smithsonian, and it actually has very important powers that play a big part in the role. And of course, Chris Pine is back as Steve. We won't give away how he comes back.
Right.
But that's basically the plot of the movie, and I was really excited to go into this movie because I really liked the first Wonder Woman. You know, I thought, for me, it was the first good movie in the DC cinematic universe. I liked it much more than Suicide Squad and the Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, definitely better than
And, and I should probably mention, I don't know if you guys can see, we are joined by Darren's dog, Gigi, right here in between us.
She's a Wonder Woman, or is she a cheetah?
All right, well, Darren, you're the guest. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I really thought, going into this movie, I was really excited to see Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. I mean, that was awesome. When I first found out she was going to play Barbara Minerva, you know, and fun fact about like Barbara Minerva, she's the third cheetah in the DC universe.
In the comic books, yeah.
And I was really surprised, like how, I mean, I really didn't know like how they were going to do her origin story, because like her origin is like in the comics is she drinks the blood of like of a human, and there's this whole virgin-esque kind of thing going on with these gods and everything. And how they did it, they really pulled it off, because obviously the other way would be kind of not suitable for young viewing, definitely. But yeah, she really made a good villain, and I'm not used to seeing her as a villain. You know, we see Kristen Wiig as just the comedic talent. What I really loved about Wonder Woman 1984 was the beginning of it, actually. How Diana struggled, just a little girl, like how she just struggled and she just strived for greatness and all that. And we definitely saw that in the beginning, and just the feats that she conquered in order to get that. And I think this is a wonderful film, especially for little girls. You know, always believe in yourself, never give up. And one thing that really carried through the whole movie, which was really awesome, was great heroes are not born from lies. And you know, and it all like just meshes very well with the whole like Wonder Woman persona, you know, her lasso of truth, you know, and it just carries through it just so well, that just one message.
Yeah, the film's relevant even in that aspect. Because sometimes you see like stuff on the media where people are obviously, you know, lying and trying to make something good. Nothing good comes from that. So.
And another thing that I noticed about this movie is be careful what you wish for. I mean, it comes into a big play. So we definitely have great heroes are not born from lies, and be careful what you wish for. And another DC universe film would be Shazam. We got the 7 Deadly Sins, you know, coming in with that, and one deadly sin really makes appearance here, and that's greed. You know, you're always wanting more. As humans, we're always wanting more and everything. And Wonder Woman really puts us in our place, and it just has really great messages throughout the whole entire film. And like you said, Barbara Minerva, aka the Cheetah, is not the main villain.
Yeah.
It's Max Lord, and he's kind of like more of a Lex Luthor type, although he's a little bit more powerful than what we may have expected in the beginning of this film. What I did not like about Kristen Wiig being Cheetah was us DC fanboys. We know Cheetah to have orange skin and spots and all that, and they kind of took like a snow leopard kind of with her makeup and everything on it. So I felt like I was watching more of a snow leopard than a cheetah, mainly. And we got Wonder Woman being a scientist. We got detective. I mean, I thought like in some places it was Wonder Woman meets MacGyver in some aspects of the film. But Patty Jenkins, she really knows how to direct and really bring a wonderful, stunning visual story tale to life, you know, and that is Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah. So you like the movie pretty much?
I did. Could it have used something more? Yes. A little bit more action, but it really was more based on her, more like on the feelings, you know, and it was perfect for this time of year. And I know that it was pushed back, but it did end, you know, with Christmas. Yeah. You know, so I don't know if that was intended to be that. When was it going to be released?
It was supposed to be
first?
released in sometime in the summer. I know the second time it was pushed to August, but when then it got pushed to the end of the year now, Christmas time.
Yeah.
Christmas
So that Christmas ending might have not have been there, you know, if it hadn't been pushed back, you know. But I mean, their world was falling apart as we feel like our world is falling apart right now, and it was just a really good feel film, and I think it was definitely what everybody needed. And whether they wanted to go to the movie theater or not, you know, it was on HBO Max, which I thought was a smart choice, but a lot of the Warner Bros. Wasn't happy with that because they were losing money and all that. But it was a risky decision, but you know, in order to keep people safe, you know, I definitely thought it was a wise decision. So
yeah, something for everybody. Those that want to watch it on the big screen and some that don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a bit of a mixed reaction to this movie. So I liked the beginning of the movie, like you said, and I really liked the scenes between Barbara and Diana in the beginning, because Barbara's this awkward person. Kristen Wiig did surprise me. You know, I thought she was going to overdo it on the social awkwardness, but she was fine with that.
Right.
And I love the scenes where they're kind of friends in the beginning. I thought this movie had some plot holes with, like, for example, there's a scene where Max Lord is in Egypt, and Diana and Steve, follow him there. Now, up to this point, Max Lord is interested in being a donor for the Smithsonian, and he meets Diana and Barbara early on, I think maybe like once or twice beforehand. Right. And suddenly, so they're in Egypt, and he's driving with his security team, and she's in the car dressed normally, and he's only seen her like once or twice before, and then he turns to his security team and says, "Get rid of her," and I'm like, but how does he know that she's not dressed up like Wonder Woman, so how does he know that, I would be like, what the hell are you doing here? So I thought that was kind of odd. I thought there was some plot holes there, but I did like the themes of, being, the truth, being patient and developing yourself, a regular way, not to cheat things out. I think that played a big role in the movie. The acting for the most part was hit and miss. I liked Diana and Wonder Woman played by Gal Gadot.
Yes.
I like Kristen Wiig, although I felt like the middle where she's kind of transitioning to evil. Like there's the scene where she's beating somebody up after being harassed by her, and she tells somebody to mind their own business. I didn't believe that, but by the end of the movie, she really won me over as an evil person. The actor playing Max Lord, I came across as a little bit cartoonish, and if something about the movie I didn't like was that sometimes the dialogue felt forced. Like there's a scene where Max Lord is fighting with an investor, and I felt like they were just trying to use the dialogue to force it through. And it seems like also almost every man in this movie sexually harasses openly Diana and Barbara, and I'm like, and to me, it felt forced. I mean, I don't doubt that would happen once in a while, but I felt like every guy all of a sudden was like, "Hey, what do you want? You want this? You want that?
Right.
You want me?" And I'm like, "Where the hell did that come from?"
Yeah, that aspect was a little bit pushed, a little bit too far, because there's many gorgeous women in the world, and not every man is going to like ask her out or anything like on the street, that was a little bit pushed, a little bit too far. Even when Barbara Minerva basically became hot, it lost its realism, with that, its humanity in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're trying to be relevant with Me Too. That happened a few years ago, but I felt like it didn't. It just was like too much.
Right, but I had to agree with you, Pedro Pascal. His take on Max Lord, that was a little bit cartoonish. I did feel like I was watching a cartoon villain. I mean, granted, these are comic book characters, and they have been in cartoons. I mean, Max Lord has been in Supergirl, Smallville, and there's just all these different takes on it. But I mean, it was something refreshingly corny about him in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this film really has a lot of greatness in it, but there are some weak points in it. I mean, I did not get out of the movie theater feeling like really energized like the last Wonder Woman.
I agree,
I mean that fight with Ares, her brother at the end and everything. I mean that was just awesome. Here we're exploring more of Diana's feelings and her backstory.
Yeah.
Where this isn't not like all action, which was refreshing in a way too.
Yeah, I like that this was not really. This was trying to be more like a character, driven picture more than an action driven picture, which I really liked about this movie and with the other Wonder Woman that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, what I absolutely loved, I didn't think that they would incorporate this, but I'm just like, well, Wonder Woman has that invisible jet, and how they make it invisible is really cool. It really makes me want to just research her a little bit more if she had that power to do that. There are a lot of things that really surprised me in Wonder Woman, whether it was comic truth or not, or if it was just Patty Jenkins' like creative license or the writer's creative license to do what they did. But I think they really pulled it off. I was really surprised. I was kind of worried about this film, actually. I mean, especially casting Kristen Wiig in a villain role, but that was the only thing I was worried about. I wasn't worried about the social awkwardness, because she is socially awkward in a lot of roles that she plays. You see her on Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
I mean, most of her characters are awkward.
Yeah, but I was worried she was going to make it broad compared to more natural, though.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And I mean, I also thought, Cheetah might be a good choice because, we look at, well, usually it's the hyenas that are the funny ones, but she could even pass for like a hyena with her whole makeup that they gave her. I mean, I really was missing the classic orangeness.
Yeah. Yeah, and something with Chris Pine's, like I said, Steve is back, and for those of you that watched the first film are probably wondering how that's possible. When I first saw the
Yeah.
trailer, I thought maybe it'd be like on the TV show where it's like a nephew or a relative, but no,
Right.
this is Steve. I thought how he brought back and this whole thing kind of confusing. I mean, I don't want
Right.
to get into too much details, but
It
I thought
it
I mean,
was
I
it was a
get-
little confusing,
Yeah.
but how they did it was pretty cool. How they intertwine everything.
yeah, but
You know.
do you think that they made him a little too comical? Because if to me he felt like a different character from the first movie. I felt like, I mean, I know he's learning about what happened since 1918, but I felt like he kind of took it a little too
Oh,
far.
okay.
Broad.
Okay, so good point. I mean, yeah, in some parts, for comic relief, I think that's what we all need right now in the world is a lot of comic relief, which this definitely delivers. How they did it, like him, like trying on different outfits and everything. I really like that part. I don't think that you did because you're more classic. I like a little bit of comedy, throw it in there.
Oh yeah, I like that too, but I mean, I just felt like this wasn't the same character to me compared to how it was before.
I think with that element, it really drove like the whole, just the whole, the atmosphere of 1984, that era, and I don't think it would have been that possible if they didn't have that scene in there because like they were wearing fanny packs and all this and it pokes a lot of fun at the era. So I mean I really like that take on that. But you just thought it was a little bit too comical then.
Well, I mean, I'm up for comic relief, and stuff like that.
Right.
But I felt like this Steve was not the same
Yeah.
Steve from the first movie. Like he's like braver, and he's up for it, for a fight, and he's almost like up there, like equal to Diana. This one, I felt like he was more like I hate to say dumb. He wasn't really a dumb sidekick, but I felt like he was not the same person as he was in the first film.
I don't know. I'm kind of surprised by your take on it because, like, you love the Three Stooges and all that. I mean, I basically thought like he basically was a stooge of 1984 or periods back. Like what was it? 19 something when they first met, like
Yeah, well, I think wasn't it 1918 or something? It was during World War II.
Yeah.
It was 1914 or something. It was
going into this movie. I expected a little bit more emotion.
Yeah,
like
I agree,
there like I read like reviews like, oh, you're gonna cry and all this, and I didn't. Like towards the end with Max Lord, that moment I might shed I shedded a tear.
And
Okay.
there's one scene which I expected more emotional from. It's later I won't give it away, but it's the scene. It's a very important scene between Diana and Steve. I'm like, I wanted more emotion in this part, and I'm like, and I didn't get it. I felt like how they did it, how it was shot was just awkward.
I just thought like they really rushed that scene.
Yeah.
Like we could have got like so much emotion out of it, and then maybe I would have cried.
Yeah.
Towards that. Towards that part, but yeah, that didn't happen. I mean, you could definitely see like where
It should have gone.
where there were parts, that were just so well put together. Like they did like so much thinking, on it to create like these scenes, and then there were just some where they just like rushed it through to where it just like it broke apart, but then they put it back together. I mean, to me, like this was like a whole puzzle, just what they gave Wonder Woman to do, and and just how the movie just flowed together. Like, yeah, there were just like some things like that were just I hate to say it, but no pun intended, airtime.
Yeah.
Airtime, definitely. So, yeah, but definitely go see this movie if you really want to just have some comic relief, laugh, and just want to see a really feel good film. You'll definitely get it with Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and rate the movie then. So with the star system, how would you rate it out of 5?
Okay. I would give it 4.5. It's there for me, but it's not there in some parts.
Yeah. A mixed reaction for me. I'd probably give it 2.5. I liked.
Oh my.
I like the theme.
Mixed reaction from me.
well, like I said, I liked the themes of the movie. I liked, the relationship between, Diana and Barbara, and I like, Kristen Wiig's performance. I liked the performance. I just thought there were plot holes, like I mentioned, that were like where I feel like sometimes it felt like they just set them up rather than use the character development to get there. I did like that they tried to make this more of a character movie rather than just straight up action, but to me, this was a bit of a disappointment. I try not to compare movies like sequels, but this was a disappointment to me from the first one. That one, like something else I noticed was, I remember now the first movie is about the same length as this movie, maybe a little longer.
Yeah.
The first movie went by really fast, and I was involved, but I felt like in the second hour the pacing kind of flagged a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's okay. I mean. This movie I thought was okay, so I think you were a little more enthused for it than I am. Perhaps.
I was, but I think it was just the stunning visuals that really carried it through for me.
Yeah.
Not so much the story. I mean, the story was just out there to begin with. I mean, I wanted Cheetah to have a little bit more screen time than what she did.
I was expecting her. The trailers made it look like she was going to be the main villain, and she's really not. She's like this second and sort of like this. I don't know if I would say sidekick to Max, but she's. I'm like the
That's a good point, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I really wish that she had more screen time. I really enjoyed seeing Kristen Wiig really do something different.
Yes, I did too.
And just be more of a serious character, but yet she did have that comedic feel to it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we got best of both worlds with Kristen Wiig, but Gal Gadot, she was just amazing. Yeah. Always, she's Wonder Woman. But yeah, you do not have to stay till the very end of this movie after when the credits roll.
No, there's something in the middle.
Right. And I could see like how they push this further, because usually like at the end we get like some really stunning like imagery or something, and this was just plain old boring, towards the end. So just a regular movie kind of screen. So
all right. Well, Darren, I mean, I was hoping we would have an interesting conversation. I think we did.
Yeah, I think we did. We agreed to disagree. Yeah. Definitely. What you want in a review, so
something different.
So yeah, because all of us are different.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
All right. Well, Darren, thank you so much for letting me come here and review this movie, and I appreciate that we went and saw it together, and I'm glad we enjoyed it. What did you guys at home think? What if you have seen Wonder Woman, whether you went to see it in the theater or whether you watched it on HBO Max, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What were parts that you liked? What were parts that you didn't like? Please post them in the comment box below, and feel free to go check out some other movie reviews of other movies, some new releases, some contemporary, some classic, and feel free to be a subscriber.
And if you do go see Wonder Woman 1984 in theaters, how was your experience? Because I mean, it's a little bit different with the whole pandemic.
Yeah, I gotta say, the trailers for the movie, I think the movie theaters and the studios, I think feel like things are going to be better where they can start releasing stuff in theaters again. Like we saw James Bond. Let's see, what else was there? A lot of big release. There's a documentary with Billie Eilish.
Eilish, and then Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry movies coming out.
Tom and Jerry.
So I have the impression I got is they're like, things are going to be good in 2021, and I hope so.
Oh, praise so.
Yeah.
Praise so.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. See you next time.